For me to use sports talk, what you expect? It ain't about who said it first. It's about who got it right.
I think they should remove the age rule and let the kids go straight into the NBA. Here's the reason why. Essentially, you could bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right? I'm going to use that analogy. You put these kids in college, and they get exploited. They're not getting paid.
Agree.
They have a program that's profiting off of them. I mean, I forgot what the March Madness. I think it's $1 billion contract.
Oh yeah, definitely $1 billion TV deal. Right? Yep.
Yeah. So the thing is, if you make them go to school 3 years, now let's be honest, right? All of us have been in a college town. I was born in Miami, grew up in Tallahassee, been in Tampa, came to Tampa for college, been here ever since. The thing is, I know guys, I went through the college football process. I know guys that played college football. And yeah, some things happen behind the scenes to get you there. Some things happen behind the scenes that shouldn't be done. Some things happen behind the scenes where you can get a degree without ever going to class. Mm-hmm. And the fact of the matter is, that doesn't help that player. But they're there because they can't go to that next step. And the way I look at it is, if a kid comes out of high school, if the NBA thinks he's worth it, now, I put the onus on the NBA. And this is why I put the onus on them. They're supposed to evaluate talent, and they're supposed to draft based on need, and they're supposed to develop the talent that they have. The NBA, everybody's trying to find the next LeBron or the next KD or the next, I forgot who was the other guy that came out of high school that actually turned out pretty good.
Wiggins,
but they're trying to. Who was that?
I'm sorry. He ain't come out of high school. I'm tripping.
Yeah. But
the last guy came out of high school
that had a decent career.
I had to say LeBron because Sebastian came out after him, and that basically ruined it. That basically busted it for everybody.
I mean,
Darius Miles, nothing, right? So the NBA is not developing these guys. They're bringing them in and they're throwing them on the court, and these guys aren't learning how to play basketball. So I agree with you that they need to develop more in college. So my thing is, you can come out of high school. If you choose to go to college, then you have to commit to being in college for 2 or 3 years or whatever it is. Because the other side of that is, if I'm a kid who just actually want to be a student athlete and you just going to school for a year, you're taking a scholarship from me now. And I think that if you're going to go to the pros. If you're going to go to college, you need to commit and be there more than 1 year.
Right quick, G. Right quick. Quick, G. Well, hold on, G. Hold on, G. Right. Let me say this right quick before you chime in. All right, now. I do agree with that, but my thing is not go to NBA. They need to be able to draft you, and you need to go to the D League, go play against that talent, and then they can pull you up. Then, I think the D League need to be utilized way more than what it is, because it's so many guys in the D League. I'm like, you mean to tell me that guy can't be playing on the Knicks right now? Like, you mean to tell me the Knicks can't use some help from somebody on the D League? Like, I think some of these D League guys are probably a tear a hole in some of these one and done guys. No. So I think the D League need to be utilized more, and that's more of a process where it's like, okay, he's good, he's not good. Or you need to go to D League to work on this and that. But going from high school to the NBA, no way. That's why the NBA is in the state it is now. All these one and done's going, and guess what? If you ain't on Golden State, if you ain't on the Spurs, you ain't on the Cavaliers, you're not winning for the next 10-something years. I don't care what the Timberwolves are doing right now. As soon as Kevin Durant get back, they're going to still lose. And you know what? Carl Anthony is going to get tired of losing, and he's going to wind up going to team up with somebody else. Like a James Harden, and then it's going to be like James Harden, Westbrook, and Carl Anthony. Like, this ain't going to stop. This is about to spiral out of control. Like, these guys are not about to keep losing because right now, if you're in the East, ain't nobody beating LeBron. My bad to go so far on topic. Go ahead, G. Go ahead.
No, I had to put that out. You're saying similar to what I was saying. Well, what I was about to say. I like the D League thing. I really do like that because what Marcus was saying about bringing back going straight from high school. I disagree with that because the fact that what's hurting the game is guys even going for 1 year. They lack fundamentals. Some of these guys don't even got a left hand, and people call it hating. But I really embrace what Charles Barkley's saying when he talks basketball, because I'm big on skills. I ain't big on numbers, and Ted tell you that all day. You can have all the numbers in the world. What is your skill set like? These guys can't even shoot free throws. These big men don't even post up. They rather shoot threes. I mean, yes, the game have changed, but no, like a guy like a DeAndre Jordan, you telling me you would rather sacrifice an athletic 6'11" with a 40-inch vertical with a 7'7" wingspan on the high screen and roll instead of putting him in a post. He can't give me a left-hand jump hook, a right-hand jump hook. Then you scared to death to put him on the line. I mean, that bothers me from what I'm used to watching. Where's the development at? Yeah, you athletic, you want to go to the lead and get some money. I would never knock a guy from getting his money. But I'm saying when you get somewhere, ain't you trying to stay? Don't you want longevity? I don't want you on the next 30 for 30. I don't want to hear about you got 3 or 4 checks or you play the season. You know, I want you to be here. I want you to stay. I want you to be successful. You know, and I'm seeing this in the game. Like, dang, this guy can't even go right. Wow, this guy can't even go left. But the college is to develop a player. You're supposed to work on your weaknesses. But the NBA, their job is to say it's the business aspect of it now. Hopefully you are developed. Hopefully we can put you in this brand Jordan, this brand Nike. And kids be like, wow, dang, oh man, I want them Steph Curry's. We all know Steph Curry was just a jump shooter. Where does handle come from? It was being
hard work.
Practice.
And that's all I'm saying. That's what's hurting the game. When I watch the NBA, it's like they run 2 plays. A high screen and roll and an isolation.
Oh yeah, you gotta be a lot of space. It's a lot of space
and
out there.
I mean, now everybody want to be Golden State. They want all shooters. I mean, even Pau Gasol shot 6 3-pointers last night against Portland. I never saw Pau in LA and nothing like that. I'm thinking like, okay, since your game slowed down, you would be more in the post. Kevin Love used to be in the post in Minnesota. He's in the corner.
He'll step out occasionally, but not as bad as he is with the Cavs. Like he never goes in the post anymore. Like
that's a low percentage shot.
Yep.
That's a 6'10", 6'11". I'm figuring like, okay, you down 2. You'd rather shoot a 3-pointer? You don't want to post Love up on the right side? To get an easier basket, a chance to draw a foul, a chance to get an and 1, you will sit him in the corner to shoot a 3, and then when he miss it, we know who the scapegoat gonna be. It's just fundamentals. Like, I mean, but I'm never gonna knock a guy from getting his money though. At the end of the day, that's not me.
I agree with that.
I'd rather see a guy develop to stay with a decent skill set. Yes. He ain't gotta have the best, but a nice skill set. And look at Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, amazing. Mm-hmm. This guy reminds me so much of. He's not Kobe, y'all. So don't try to jump on my neck for the audience. But his game, he has mimicked him almost, like not almost to a T, but he's somewhere close. He about a couple notches down. Like his pull up is lethal. Kawhi will put you on a post. That's all like LeBron. You see what Kawhi done did in about 5 years? You mean tell me you couldn't develop your game just like this? Like be able to have a nice pull up or to be able to. I mean, just to be the total package, like just to be able to put somebody in the post and do the same thing. But then again, it's like LeBron does 9,000 things, and we're asking him to do 10,000. So, all right, I understand that. But back to Marcus' point about the whole development. I don't know if college is actually developing these guys, especially when you got what's the guy named from Wisconsin, Bo Ryan, running the swing offense. Like nobody runs that in the NBA. You got some of these systems where it's just like. I mean, you're running what you've been running for the last 30, 40 years, and it's like times have changed. Like, nobody's running that. Yeah. You need to have these guys with a handle and everything. Go ahead, Marcus.
So, so I agree with the D-League thing. And my whole point, like what I've always said is they need a minor league basketball league, like do similar to baseball. You draft a guy, you put him in the minors, he plays in the minors, and if he can cut it, then you bring him up whenever he's ready. And the reason why I say that is because it's just like the conversation we're having about college football. College football isn't really developing players, at least like at the quarterback position. They're putting them in positions to dumb the game down so they can win games. So coaches of college basketball, you know, they have the same short leash. Now the funny thing is the NBA is even worse. The NBA getting rid of coaches in 1 or 2 years. So teams don't want to build stability anymore. Everybody wants to try to find a quick fix or to win now or to dump cap and do all these different things or to grab the free agent. Just like you said about Karl Anthony Towns. The NBA has another problem that I think is wrong with the game. You have a lot of cities in the NBA that are young, you know, fairly well off, black ball player does not want to play in some of those cities. You know, some of these guys don't want to play in Milwaukee and some of these places like that. Not that I have anything against Milwaukee, but they want to go. I mean, if you look at it, the Lakers, the Heat, you know, the only reason why Cleveland's viable is because LeBron's there.
Yes.
Nobody wants to go play in Cleveland. Like LeBron tried to get Wade and Bosh to come to Cleveland. They wouldn't do it. So that's how he ended up in Miami. So my thing is that the D League, you need a place where a player can develop. And my thing is, if you go into college and you're saying, look, I don't care about history. I don't care about elementary education. I don't care about mass communications. I'm just here to play basketball. And I'm going to do everything I can just to keep my grades up so I can stay on the court. And then as soon as I can leave, I'm gone. You're just wasting the school's time and the players' time. So having something like a D League where they can go and strictly focus on basketball and get developed, I can sign on to that. I just don't like the fact that these kids are basically forced to go to school essentially, and they don't care about like Ben Simmons, you know, that whole situation. Now, I haven't watched the documentary yet. I'm gonna check it out. But I said the same thing about the one and dones. Technically, all you have to do as a one and done is get a D average your first semester, and you ain't even got to go to class the second semester if you plan on going to the NBA.
You know what's perfect about that? Because he said that in the documentary. He was like, "I'm not going to class today. I don't care." Like he was giving him business. Like, I'm not going to class. He said teachers calling him. Remember, he actually got benched. His coach actually benched because he was like, "I'm not going to class." But it's like, I understand it. Okay, right now, March Madness. Okay, I'm pretty sure all these colleges are now on spring break. So now, so the student athlete, but wait, you're taking them away from class so they can go play in a tournament game so that they can pack these arenas. But wait, that's more like an athlete student because now you got him missing class. And if they go deep and deep and deep into the what's name, they might, who knows when they're going to be back to school to even learn and actually really sit down and have some time to themselves. That's how that whole student athlete thing is straight bogus.
Let's be honest. And this, I know y'all know this. These kids ain't going to school to get no education.
Yeah.
You going to school to keep that Tom Izzo job, to keep that what's his name, Bill Self job. You're marketing. You're marketing. Look at the guy that's all on YouTube doing the 360s, the windmills. What's his name? The young guy.
Oh, the Williams.
Oh my goodness! I mean, I just saw his interview for the first time. Just heard him talk stuff he liked to do. I mean, he said it's not a letter that he didn't get. They talking about what's your favorite team to watch, and he bust out laughing like, "Ha ha! See, you tried to get me," because they try to see that's what we lean into. He said he would not say what's his favorite school is, but he do have one. And he said, and then he has received a letter from him.
It ain't UK, I bet.
He said he would, but all this stuff ain't nothing but a business. And I'm gonna keep saying it's a business. If Marcus was the hottest thing in Tampa, Florida State, Central Florida, Miami, University of Miami would do everything to keep this guy in there. Especially he gonna come with a shoe deal from AAU, either Adidas, Nike, Brand Jordan, or whatever. That's going to go with him with any school he go to.
Speaking of
any school he go to, and that exposure, the arena going to get sold out every time they play. He's the hottest thing going, and that's what it goes. That's why they want just that 1 year. Even if it's 1 year, they can make money off you. That's good enough for the university because the money that you're going to bring in. Picture LeBron going to Ohio State for 1 year. Come on,
they might win a national championship.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, that's and look, he still give Columbus the Buckeye shoes and stuff.
He does
exclusive. Mm-hmm. That Nike deal was gonna come with him regardless, or Adidas, who he was with. That was coming with him regardless. Now add up that money for them shoes that the other guys that's gonna be 13th and 14th on the bench ain't gonna get in. Starters. That's free money.
That's true.
Yes, sir.
That's big time. I mean, they are too. Like, if you guys had a kid or anything, your daughter in WNBA, they will call Marcus nonstop. He couldn't sleep. He had to get another phone.
Mm-hmm. Or you could be like Cecil Newton, give me 50,000, and you can have my son.
hey! I mean, he got to be clever with that.
Cecil Newton want to busting him. They want to snitch on him because he ain't come to Mississippi State after they probably was gonna give him the money. That's probably was down for. All right, I'm gonna give you the money. It's so much stuff.
You got to sign on the dotted line now to get that bad.
Yeah,
ink dry fast. They ain't gonna just give it to you and take you as your word. You got to sit in, sign, commit, and all that. Probably drop it in the dumpster somewhere and tell you which one to go to and get it.
See, and the dovetail off of what Greg just said, right? Yeah, the kids definitely, the ones that think they have a career after college are not there, to get an education. And I always go back to the University of North Carolina, over a decade and a half of taking class. Like Jerry Stackhouse was like, what's a class? I never went to class. I had somebody taking classes for me. I mean, just rampant cheating, just blatant, like state sponsored, university sponsored almost. And, and that's what it is. Now, they traded all that to win all those championships in basketball. Football, they tried to get it in football. And when Butch Davis was there, they were getting better. That program was on the up and up.
Yes, they were.
Giovanni
Bernard.
Exactly, right? So it's shown that if you get the players, you can win games. And if you win games, you're going to get money. You're going to get boosters. You're going to sell tickets. So it's one of these things where colleges are not institutions that are for student athletes. You said it best. You said athlete-student. And that's really what it's turning into, at least in a lot of cases.
Oh, yeah. Nick Saban, and not to put anything on him, but it's going to, eventually, we're going to find out what's going on with Alabama. It's going to be a big, it's going to blow up. Everybody, they get everybody they want to get.
Why do you think they get everybody?
It's not just about winning. It's not just about winning because guess what? If you're the number one quarterback, number one running back, how about you go to Oregon State? Go make Oregon State better. Go make University of California better. Y'all gonna be on TV? Like, I don't understand. Why does everybody want to
go to New England then?
What'd you say?
Why players go to New England?
To go play with my boy Tom Brady. That's why they do it. To go get coached by Bill Belichick.
What? You see how he just mellowed out with that one?
They go to New England so they go play with Belichick.
I'm playing devil's advocate. Why they can't just go play with Nick Saban? Because of his trophy case.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? I know what you're getting at.
But the whole AAU mindset, hold on, Marcus. The whole AAU mindset. See, this is my thing, especially about AAU. It's all cool, and I'm pretty sure y'all all know AAU stars who like to team up on each other, and they like to. It'd be 8 Division I players on one team. Now that mindset just went to the NBA. So it's like, we've been doing it since AAU, so what's the problem? And the same thing in college. Dante Hart, all these guys, forget Alabama. Go to Tennessee. Go to all these other places. Y'all can still get on TV. But then again, it ain't nothing like probably playing at Alabama. Playing in front of that crowd, because that might be the closest thing in college to the NFL right there.
Ohio State ain't?
No, stop giving me these Ohio State. I'm not distracting them. Stop giving me them. Y'all would not win anything as long as JT Barrett there. Bucket. I told you.
I know it's cold.
I told you.
Go and buy you a coat,
Marcus,
and go on up to Columbia.
Marcus, tell him they're not winning anything with JT Barrett as their quarterback. I don't know why he believes in JT Barrett. Stop believing in this guy.
So this is what I'm going to say, right? As a person who has, I said, I'm a University of Miami fan, so I'm not a fan of Alabama, 1992, and I'm definitely not a fan of Ohio State. We all, we're not going to go there. We should have had 2 national championships, so we're going to keep that quiet, right?
They cheated.
But the thing is, I think Nick Saban, as much as I hate to give him credit, he has figured out how to win in this new age of college football. And is Alabama doing something? Look, I assume every team's doing something. Come on, Ole Miss was doing something.
You're right about that.
That's why they're not going to a bowl game next year. Mississippi State was doing something. Every team is doing a little something. Alabama may just be doing it better than everybody else. Who knows? But even with that being said, other people are doing things and they have gotten caught. And there's people that are doing things that haven't gotten caught. Nick Saban has still found a way to get the players and win in this system. And, I give him credit. The guy's a good coach, and so I'm not going to take anything away from him. I'm tired of seeing them win. I'm tired of seeing them be on top. But, I got to give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
We're going to see, though, this year.
Took him down. Old State took him down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, with that NFL running back, Zeke. They had Zeke. They had some monsters on that team that I just don't see right now on the same Ohio State roster. But then again, they're very young. So we're going to see what happens.
And look at Clemson. I mean, Clemson should have had him last year. Got him this year, even though it was a thrilling game. So they can be beat. It's just they have a system. And that system is a very tough system to beat. You can't make mistakes, and
you got to have a scrimmage. You got to have a dual threat quarterback. That's the number one thing. You're not being Alabama in front of pocket. You're just not. Their D line and linebackers get to you way too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We're gonna find out.
It's hey, that is as simple as that. But this was another great show we put on for the audience. We want to thank everybody for listening. Everybody, please share, continue to like. We're on SoundCloud, YouTube, Libsyn, iTunes, everywhere. Please continue to share. We want everybody to hear this sports talk. I'm your host, Jake Davis, along with my co-host, Greg Clark, and along with my other co-host, Marcus Session. From me to you, signing out.